Hello children, in today's video we are going to see about the new chapter Latitudes and Longitudes. Thousands of years ago there were no space shuttles or rockets to send down the images of the earth to the people. So they had no idea how the earth looked like. So they want to represent the earth in a miniature form and to know the better idea how the surface of the earth looks like the oceans, continents, where they are lying. The ancient Greeks, they built the first globe around 150 BCE. What is a globe? A globe is a three-dimensional representation of the earth in miniature. That with a comparison with a map. It is a two-dimensional layout. The map also represents the whole earth. Even the globe represents the whole earth, but in the map even a part of it can be represented. The map can be easily handled. Now coming to the globe, it is little complex. It is very difficult to handle, that you cannot easily carry it anywhere. But it is available in different sizes and types. Many globes are you can place it on the tabletop. Some globe can be suspended from the ceiling. And it is in medium, small size, and even pocket globes are available. So these globe and map make the human understand where we live, where the places are situated, how it can be reached. All these specifications are given by these representation, these models. As we saw in the previous video, Earth in the solar system, we saw how the Earth rotates on its own axis and how it revolves around the sun. It rotates on its own axis, that is an imaginary line, the North Pole and the South Pole. So whenever we need to locate a place, we should have some point of reference. So for us to locate the places in this globe, we have the point of reference, that is the North Pole and the South Pole. And one more imaginary line passes through this surface of the globe, that is the equator. This equator is at 0 degree and the earth is tilted to an angle of 23.5 degree. Now this equator is at the 0 degree. It divides the earth into two equal halves, that is the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Just now we saw the point of reference in a globe, that is by the axis and the equator. We saw how the places are located. And for that we need to know in detail how we do the location. It is divided into two forms, that is the relative location and the absolute location. Relative location is nothing but the location that we compare with a nearby landmark. For example, Leah's school is to the northwest of the Chennai airport. Okay, so we know, or everyone know where the Chennai airport is, and from that we are mentioning the direction and we are identifying the school of Leah. But in the absolute location, we use a recognized coordinate system. Okay, what is that? Nothing but the latitudes and longitudes. So with the help of the latitudes and longitudes, we do a absolute location of a place. And that is what helping the Google Maps and other cabs or the taxis, they are using, by using this latitudes and longitudes measurement, they are locating the places. We also see in detail now what are the latitudes and longitudes. This latitudes and longitudes are the imaginary lines that circle the earth. Latitudes circle the earth horizontally and the longitudes circle the earth vertically. When these two lines intersect each other at the right angles, okay, and they form a grid. These grids are very much helpful in locating the places. The lines of latitudes. They are the imaginary lines that run parallel or horizontal across the surface of the earth. They measure the angular distances in degrees, minutes and seconds. The lines of latitudes are also known as parallels. The equator is the 0-degree latitude and it divides the earth into two halves, as I have already mentioned, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. All the parallels, that is the latitudes on the northern hemisphere, are called as the north latitudes, and all the latitudes or the parallels that lie in the southern hemisphere are called as the south latitudes. Now we will see the characteristics of parallels. The lines of latitudes run parallel to each other. They run parallel to the equator. They are equidistant. The distance between them are equal. In that, the equator is the longest latitude. That is the longest parallel. Now what happens, as the latitudes move towards the poles, they get decreased. The size, the length of the latitude gets decreased. They are numbered upwards and downwards from the equator, and they increase from 0 to 90 degree to the north and the 90 degree to the south. The letters N represents the north and the letter S represents the south. In the northern hemisphere there are 90 degree latitudes, and in the southern hemisphere there are 90 degree latitudes, and this equator is 1. So together we have 181 degree latitudes. Yes children, in today's video we saw about the globe, we saw about the imaginary lines, that is the axis and the equator, and little about the parallels. In the next video we will be seeing in detail about the latitudes and the longitudes. Thank you children.